Good afternoon everyone, it's me again for my second video of the day. Really sparse Empties video. If you've watched my other videos you'll know I've not been in the UK for a month and a half. So Empties wise, it's really only what I burnt prior to going, which would be sort of the early start of November, back end of October, and up to now, so the 2 weeks from Christmas. So if I quickly get started, they're in no particular order. Snow in Love. So it's just the votive that I burnt there. I think this will have been from an advent calendar at some point. I didn't actually have one this year. We've been away so much, but I think it would have been from the previous year. I do like the Snow in Love candle, and I do find it super strong. But this one wasn't really there. I didn't smell anything. It may as well not have been lit, to be quite honest. I don't think it was an old candle. It had been 2016, maybe 15, but most likely to be 16, so nothing much really to write home about that one, but I do like the candle. Next up, Sparkling Snow. This was one I think I got from Boundary. It'll have been under £1, 75 pence, 74 pence, something like that. Do like Sparkling Snow. It's quite perfumey is what I would say. Again, didn't really smell it. Probably smelled it a little bit more than Sparkling Snow. That is Sparkling Snow. The previous one that I just showed you. But yeah, nothing really exciting about that one. Just a bit of pretty light in the background. Next up, you can see this is a bit of an older one. A Melt in Christmas Eve, and this was burnt on Christmas Eve, surprisingly. This one, I do like the scent of this. I do have a small candle, but I tried to dig it out of my candle cupboard. I just couldn't find it. It must have been right at the back somewhere. It's only a baby jar, which I normally burn on Christmas Eve, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I do like this one. It's kind of like got a candied peel type smell to it. It's quite citrusy, and I always try burn this one on Christmas Eve as a bit of a tradition, so do like that one. Next up, let's go for this one. So this is the baby jar in Icicles. This is one of the super cheap ones that I got from Boundary Mill, and it will have probably had a further 10% off that as well, so it was £2.69. There looks to be quite a lot of wax left, but there isn't, to be honest. You can see it won't relight. It's gone down right down to the bottom there, not relighting. And the smell, I love the smell of this. Even though if you watch my other haul, my small haul, you'll know that I'm not keen on the piney scents. Now this one has got a hint of pine in it, but there's other stuff there as well which makes it lifts it for me. And this little jar did throw really well. I mean, it burnt and burnt and burnt and burnt. It's just a shame there is a bit of wax left at the bottom there, but I would definitely buy that one again. I think I do have another little jar of this and a couple of little tarts in it, which I'll look forward to burning through because it was definitely a thrower, that one. Next up is this random candle. I never hauled this. I actually got this from Tesco after Halloween. It'll be in just a food shop that I did after Halloween. Now, unfortunately, I didn't know how much there were. They were in the clearance section, but it didn't say how much there were. There was no price tag, even though there is like a barcode on the bottom. The barcode reader, they've got like a little tester that you can go and like price check things on. It wasn't picking up the barcode, so I only picked up the one, and I'm absolutely kicking myself now because this little candle, you can see it's fairly clean. It's gone all the way to the bottom. A little bit of a lip around the side there, but it was this candle, serious. I mean, it's small. You can see I've only got small hands, but this was a small. It's bigger than a votive, but it's a small candle. I don't think it gives you the size on the bottom. No, it doesn't. This candle, literally, I don't know how many hours, but I kept lighting it and lighting it and lighting it and lighting it and lighting it, and it kept throwing and throwing and throwing for days. It's a cinnamon. It's just like a well, it's got pumpkins on it. It's a sweet cinnamon smell, really strong, not sickly strong, just very much nicely there in the background. You could smell it when you come in. Really gutty because this candle, when it went through the till, was 38 pence. And if I'd have known, because I didn't even check my receipt, I just went into the car and went home, and I live quite rurally, so I'm quite a way away from the supermarket. If I'd have known, if I'd checked the receipt, when I was there, I'd have gone back in and got some more, but alas, I didn't. So if you see those next year in this, and they had another design, they had like the same, but it was orange, and I think there might have been just bats on it. Pick them up because that was a really nice candle. Next up is one of the ones from America. This is one of the Woodwicks. I'm glad I tried the wood wicks out, paying American dollar prices, because I've always wanted one, and yeah, I wasn't impressed. I mean, the burn was fine, but I don't like the sound of the flickering wickering wood wick. To me, it sounds like you've left a gas ring on. Some people say it's quite relaxing, quite nice, sounds like a crackling fire. Well, I've got a fire, an open fire, and I've also got a stove as well, like a wood burning stove. It does not sound like fire. It sounds like a gas ring's being left on. You know, that like that kind of sound. Scent wise, I mean, it was okay. It was like a lime, like a sweet lime. I think it has got, sweet lime gelato it's called. I just really wasn't that bothered. There probably is another burn in there, but with it being a wood wick and it's fairly close to the bottom, I didn't really want to burn it any further. It was okay. Throw wise, maybe a 3. Not brilliant. So yeah, not really impressed with that. Next up is this World Journeys. Now there's still quite a lot of wax left in this, but I want to include it in this set of empties because I reckon in the next couple of days it'll be gone, and I don't really want to hang on to this massive container for longer than I have to. Now, this is the California Redwood, and I paid $8 for it in TJ Maxx. Brown wax there. I don't know if they tell you what size they are. It just says burn time 75 to 110 hours and 20 ounces. So it's actually a large jar. I thought this was the medium jar, but this is actually a large, saying it's a 20 ounce jar. It's had a decent burn. There's a little bit of kind of like dirt on the inside. Obviously I can't use an alumina lid with this because they're so wide, it just goes straight in it. There's a little bit of residue around the sides, but nothing terrible. Scent wise, it's a strange one. I don't hate it, but to me it smells like pencil sharpenings. That's kind of weird, I know, but when we were at school we used to have one of those, the teacher on desk used to have one of those where you put the pencil in and you had a little winder at the back, and I was obsessed. I used to love to sharpen my pencils. I was obsessed with it, and it's the smell of like all those wood shavings together. Now it's not unpleasant and I quite like it, but it's a little bit weird for a candle. But then again, it is California redwood, so you would expect a woodsy type scent. I find it quite comforting in a way. Probably not a repurchase if I was to see it in TK Maxx or in Boundary Mill. Probably wouldn't repurchase it, but simply because I'm not absolutely 100% loving the scent. But it was okay for $8. Nice candle. Like I say, it's burnt and burnt and burnt and burnt and burnt. Nothing terrible going on there. So yeah, that was that one. And that is the grand total of my empties. Did tell you I didn't have too much because I've really not been here to burn very much, but yeah, so that's everything. Take care, guys. Speak to you all soon.